भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमः। ओम श्री वेदव्यास सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम श्री विदुर सद्गुरवे नमः. Wonderful are these discussions or explanations of Viduraji through Dhritarashtraji to all of us to rethink and re-establish our inner equipment. Sometimes it is rather than rethinking, it is starting to think. You know, start thinking and mold yourself so that changing yourself helps you to make yourself wonderful and the world around you also. Only two things: all is in attitudes. Second, all attitudes are in the mind and intellect equipment. When they don't have the deeper and higher and greater data with them, the mind intellect, then only its attitudes are all of the lower level, and thus the behavior will be demonic, and thus he suffers and troubles others. So one side studying Vedanta and doing bhakti, other side guarding our inner equipments of mind intellect. We have to keep on improving them also, polishing them also, purifying them also, beautifying them also. Otherwise what happens, he is a very saint but very angry fellow, I will not go to him. See Durvasa, कोई याद ही नहीं करते. Durvasa is a Brahmagnani, but his mind intellect is angry type. That his mind and intellect will not trouble his Atmagnanam, his anger of his mind. He is in that. But the उपाधि है उनका फिर then आ गया बात समझ में. Even to great saints and sages also, the upadhi they have to prepare through yoga for better utilization in the world. That is not an hindrance for the knowing self. They have transcended all upadhi. But while using them, they have to be polished. So here also, through taking that opportunity, Vidurji is pouring out all the wisdom he has gained from Maitreya Rishi, or maybe from various sources. He himself is a Jnani. He is one of the dharma ke ही अवतार है ना वो, जानते so. So he is talking high level of spiritual qualification also. He is talking the psychological level of purifying it and setting it also. He is mostly talking about why we are suffering in the outer world. What are the things we are lacking? And what are the things we have to inculcate in us. ये वाला बढ़िया सब्जेक्ट और ये स्ट्रगल एक बार सीख लेते हैं ना कि हम अपने आप को बदलना है, चेंज करना है एंड शास्त्रों के आधार से करना है, यू विल एंजॉय द लाइफ मोर देन द आउटर इंटेलिजेंसेस. बस इट शुड हैपन that I am at a very low level in my mind intellect, I must improve it, I must beautify it. If it comes to us, we are the luckiest fellow. Until it comes, we are only trying to change the world, improve the world, go toward the world, run away from the world. ये संसार है. All our attitude is only to change others. Is it not? If they don't change, they will keep them away. We never looked objectively at our own mind and never understood this fellow is the one first who is to be changed. कभी आता है नहीं थॉट. जब गुरु कृपा होती तभी होता है बात. Then is the first step of spirituality. The one who tries to change the world is a philosopher. And the one who cannot change the world is a frustrated samsari. And the one who tries to change himself is sadhak. And who is able to achieve that change is called siddha. Is it not? सबको इम्प्रूव करेंगे मेरे को छोड़कर, और सब बंदे वही कोशिश कर रहे हैं. एंड द पैराडॉक्स क्या है कि यू कैन चेंज योर सेल्फ, इम्प्रूव नॉट अदर. बट हम वो जो नहीं हो सकता है वो करने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं, और जो करना चाहिए उसको हम नहीं करते. These are the very silly, funny, non-common sense things which will never click to us. Can I change you? Badao. It's impossible. But I can change man's will. It is possible. So how can I do the impossible thing? I must change myself. If that clicks to us, it is I who will have to change. I will have to improve. It's I have to focus on myself. It's called Adhyatmikata. I have no right at all on the world. The world is already God. You can't improve the world. How can why I can't change you? Because you're already divine. How can I change you from divine? And then I have to make you as devil only. Because other than divine is devil. Interesting analysis is जिस दिन होता है ना, it's not the husband I have to improve. I have to improve myself. It's not the wife I have to improve her. I have to change myself. It's not the children I have to change. I have to change myself. It's not the world which is to improve. I have to improve myself. If I improve myself, 1%, the world is changed or improved. This is called Adhyatmikata. And then even if you look improved and polished, further decoration, हमको अपने आप को ही संवारते जाना है जिंदगी भर और उसी में रहना. फिर क्या होता है? The real philosophy happens. What is that? People look at us and change. Nowadays, people don't change when we tell. When they look at us, they change. Whatever parents say, they don't listen. They only do see what parents are doing. That's what they do. Yes, sir. The ones who are exemplary, they are required in nowadays world. That's what we said. Anyway, now the sloka was, yesterday we saw, Durandhara tasya jita savatna. He is Veer Dhurandhar who has conquered as his enemies. This is what talked about that person. These qualities when he has. What are they? Prapya apadam na vyatate kadachit. When some difficulty time comes, some time of frustration comes, some of failure comes, the one who is not suffering beyond limits, na vyathate kadachit. In fact, who is not going through that vyatha. When the apada comes, apada in terms of you failed in sports, or you failed in your business, some problem happened to you financially or health wise, or even some relations are broken. These are all apada, which will happen in the world. And किसके लिए कौन कब लायक है वो कोई जानता नहीं. That's why remember, even if you're doing sadhana, never imagine what will happen in the future. Don't have a thought also. On the in the present, what to be done, focus only on that. The moment you think about future, which is uncertain, you will only either have a hallucinating positive feeling or hallucinating negative feeling. That conditions our mind. And when you go to that moment, this is not as we imagined, therefore we get frustrated. Even a sadhaka cannot think when will he get Bhagavad Darshan. That's what Mahaphaleshu Kadachana. You go on doing, जब होगा तब होगा बस. ये एक very subtle secret I shared with you in a very simple words. If you catch it, catch it. आप सोच ही नहीं सकते कल के लिए. You keep on doing, that's it. I love you all. Will you love me or not tomorrow, day after? There is a question is wrong, first of all. I shouldn't love you for your love, basically. It is my privilege, my prerogative. I can do that. That's it. So, prapya apadam na vyatate kadachit. What is the logic behind it? Because it's my prarabdha, it came to me and I put my effort to come out of it. If not, I go through it. Vyatha ko pahunch gaye means if you are frustrated, then you don't find solution to it. And the more we are frustrated, the small problem becomes bigger. Catch karo is baat ko. The more we are withstanding to the onslaught, bigger problem also becomes small. Then you can find solution. The bigger than the biggest, when you become, there's no small, no problem. Like Mahatma Gandhi. When you think for the bigger than the biggest nation, then his problem that I'm a barrister and I have to get my clients, then I have to do talking to them. ये nonsense दिमाग में आएगा नहीं, because the vision is changed. So, whenever the difficulties, dangers come, don't go out of your control. Don't become so vyathayukta, which is very tough at that moment. Is it not? Sometimes, especially when a vyatha comes as a shock, and that too from a person or any situation which we never imagined only. तब का जो व्यथा होता है ना, and a person whom you love and trust so much, think that that is person is your own life. That person leaves and cheats you and goes away. That vyatha you cannot come out easily. Yet, if you can withstand with various logics, reasons, explanation, मेरे को तो एक ही समझ में आ रहा है आज, सब भगवान की कृपा हो रहा है बस. In His grace, there is negative, nothing negative. Even if it is superficially appearing to be something losing, in the long run, it is for our good only. So that faith in the Lord is the only one which protects us. That is the highest spiritual sadhana level. But Vidurji is talking at the lower Vyavahar level. Any vyatha comes, रुको तो तुरंत तू conclude होकर frustrate मत हो ना. Then what to do? Udyogam anvichati cha. He is trying to find the solution for the problem. And he is doing it apramatta. The apramattata pehla hai. Apramatta is being aware. If he is careful and aware in between, in the beginning itself, he will never enter into vyatha. Like in the example I have given, what is apramattata? Knowing that how many people came in your life and gone, this person also came, he will go one day. If this apramattata is there, the vyatha would have not come. At least from this experience, you must learn. Very direct. That apramattata, if it is there, at least now when the problem came, you have to be alert. See that it doesn't become a very difficult, grave, intolerable situation. And you need not solve outside, solve inside. Outside you can't. You protect yourself, that's it. So the one who has not gone into the depression when problem comes, the one who has got the ability and readiness to find and apply solution, for that he is very alert. Apramatta. तीन हो गए. For दुखम च काले सहते महात्मा. And at that time, the dukkha who is going through, but not getting it, allowing it to overflow or overwhelm him. दुखम च काले सहते महात्मा. देखो इसमें एक बात कहनी है. Even if somebody is a saint level, except those who have established in the beyond mind level, and in that only always, they are the only ones can avoid dukkha. Other than that, when it comes to the upadhi level, upadhi of the mana will definitely have the dukkha from the variety of behaviors from the world around. The difference is what? He will not identify with the mana which has got dukkha, and he will not become dukkhi. That thing he maintains. But avoidance of dukkha cannot be like Gurudev. How many Swamis, Brahmacharis, or his own devotees, they don't listen, so it leads dukkha at the man level. It's so simple, no? The Guru said to do this, he did not do. Naturally, the mind reacts. Because you expected him to do, he did not do. Therefore, you will definitely get disappointed, no? You can't avoid it. But becoming dukkhi is in our hands. Should not become dukkhi, just witness it. That's what he says. Dukkham cha kale sahate. That is our Mahatmas. And you and I, we go through dukkha. And with the dukkha, the amount of knowledge which you gain is hundreds of times more than the sukha. Sukha never gives us knowledge. Experience of dukkha only gives us the maturity. That's why Draupadi, Akunti Devi asks, Vipada Santu Naha Sashvat Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru. Lord, give more and more difficulties and miseries so that we become deeper and greater and genuine, sincere devotees of you. Dukh mein sumaran sab kare. That's the only thing. So, what is the essence of this shloka? When the apada comes, don't get into the depression. Ready to find solution with diligence. How do you find solution? Apramattaha. Where the problem is coming, how to sort out. Then when the dukkham jakale, till the problem goes out, there is a dukkha, you have to go through it. Sadurandaraha tasya jita sapatnaha, he is a real durandara who has conquered the outer and inner enemy. Now this is applicable to you and as an individual and any individual who is at different level. Like a person is running his business, उसमें भी आपदाएं होंगे. Both the man-made apadas are there, the natural calamity apadas are there. Short circuit हो गया, सारा गोडाउन भर गया. No, that's called apada. Then it gives so much of dukkha. You know, each one has his own dukkha. Please don't think you are the only one who have dukkha. In fact, आपका मेरा दुख बहुत कम है. आपका मेरा दुख इतना ही है कि दूसरे लोग हमारे बात नहीं सुन रहे. If you look at the dukkha of the people in the world, you know, as I told you the example, किसी का गोडाउन जल गया, किसी का फैक्ट्री जब्त हो गया, किसी को आईटी ने रेड की, किसी के how every day don't you listen? Don't look at the incidences. Look at the people who are going through that pain. When that happens, forget about their wisdom or badness or वो तो अलग बात है, वो that different class. But when some loss occurs, he will suffer. People around, they suffer. वो दुख को देखो आप. You know, it's in the whole world जहाँ भी है, to every one of them this is applicable. जब दुख होता है, थोड़ा let it happen. दुखम च काले सहते महात्मा is a sentence said by Vidurji with all his experience. What is that? Some dukha you can avoid only by going through. So now Ukrainians, the entire jivas who have to suffer, they are landed in Ukraine and they are going through from last 61 days. See that yesterday's helicopter chopper tragedy. They just fell only, ठक ठक द 5 लोग ढबे मर गए. You can't avoid sometimes becoming miserable. See how you are learning from that experience, is it not? How you are avoiding those pitfalls and how quickly we are able to come out of it, they are the wisdoms. एक आध बात सुन लो भाई, जब भी दुख होता है ना, भगवान का नाम ले लो और दुख उनको दे दो, खुश हो जाना. फील मत करना मैं भगवान को दुख कैसे दे सकता हूँ, फिर रख लो. So common sense it is. Because that dukkha will not trouble Bhagwan. Is it not? He will take it as in different way. He molds it and he gives us in different way. He makes it like जादूगर. उसको एक छड़ी दिया फूल बनाकर देता है. That's what is जादू. भगवान में ऐसे यू गिव ऑल इज दर्द दिल दर्द जिगर, ही विल मेक ए सच्चे दिल कि दिल खुश दिल पसंद मिलेगा आपको. इट इज दैट्स व्हाट इज मेंट फॉर. यू अंडरस्टैंड? हमको क्या है ना, हम इतने प्यार करते हैं अपने दुख से, सबको बांटते हैं लेकिन फिर भी अपने पास भी रखते हैं. यू डोंट से आई गिव इट टू गॉड, विल मैनेज. आई एम डूइंग दिस थिंग nowadays. It's helping me. A good miracle. Oh Lord, I am so much miserable. I am giving this to you. Do whatever. But now I am not miserable. It is given to Lord. फिर 1 घंटे का फिर आता है वो. Again same thing. Hey Lord, please take it. Why are you returning to me again and again? पागल है? I have addressed it to you. Keep it with you. भगवान से मैं सोच रहा था कि तुमने रियली दिया कि नहीं, मैं इसलिए वापस कर रहा हूँ. रीएड्रेसिंग. Now I am very strong. भगवान don't give me back. You keep it with, that's all. भगवान का ठीक है बेटा, लेता हूँ. This is one of the way. Anyway, next one. अनर्थकं विप्रभासं गृहेभ्यः पापैः सन्धिं परधाराभिमर्शनं दम्भं स्थैन्यं पैशुनं मद्यपानं न सेवते यश्च सुखी सदैव. This is again oft quoted shloka of Vidura Neethi. These are the few things. The one who avoid them, he is always happy. We should know what makes us happy, do that. We should know what makes us miserable, remove that. One is what? Anartham vipravasam gruhebhyaha. Without purpose, just loitering here and there, not living at home. Then what happens it becomes a wrong habit, and the people at home first get frustrated, then they find their alternative. Then you come back and say, so, तुम रोज जा रहे हो इधर उधर, फिर मैं क्या करूं? अनर्थम विप्रवासम गृहेभ्यः मीन्स घर छोड़कर बेकार में घूमना इज नॉट करेक्ट. बेकार में नहीं घूमना, बिजनेस है तो जाओ, साधना है कुछ करना है जाओ. इफ यू रियली वांट टू बी एस गिव एवरीथिंग एंड टेल देम एंड गो. मैं जा रहा हूँ, दोबारा नहीं आऊंगा. दे विल से हुर्रे थैंक यू, वेरी लेट डिसीजन बट इट इज गुड. वन आर टू पीपल हु अगेन कम टू क्लास. आई फील कितना घर के लोगों ने धक्का दिया तो वो लोग आ रहे. आई एंजॉय माई सेल्फ. कोई आजकल कॉमेडी नहीं मिल रहा है ना, तो एनीथिंग इज पॉसिबल इन दिस वर्ल्ड. अनर्थम विप्रभासम गृहेभ्यः. Clear? Second one is papaihi sandhim. Never have the sandhi friendship of the papa vyakti and papa vichara and papa paristhiti. Paradhara abhimarsanam. The coveting or having eye on anything which doesn't belong to us, for that paradhara abhimarsana is the biggest thing. Fourth one, dambham. Not a hypocrite. जो है सो है, नहीं तो नहीं है. Stainyam. Never do this tenatva chori. Then Paishunam, the Pishunata is too much of greed. The Lobhaka next step is Pishunata, extremely greedy. Then Madhyapanam, either drinks or any intoxicants. Na sevate, the one who is not consuming all these, yahacha, whoever he may be, sukhi sada eva, always is happy. Huh? Anarthakam vipravasam gruhebhyaha papai sandhim paradara vimarsanam dambam stainyam paishunam madhyapadanam na sevate yaha cha sukhi sadaiva. Now these are the things, if they are in our hearts, we have to be very careful and remove them. This is the beautiful mantra. Now one more we will say today. Na samrambhe narabhate trivargam akarita shamsati tattvameva na mitrarthe rochayate vivadam na pujita kupyati chapyamudah na sayobhyasuyatynukampate cha na durbalah pratibhavyam karoti नात्याह किंचित क्षमते विवादम सर्वत्र तादृग लभते प्रशंसाम. Sarvatra tadruk lavate prashamsa. Such person gets prashamsa wherever he goes, gets importance, gets value, gets respect, gets welcome, gets acceptance, gets hospitality, which gives joy. We have this question also, why people don't welcome us, accept us. So these are the things when we are careful about, he will get prashamsa wherever he goes. Prashamsanam, talking good about that person, accepting, glorifying him. It's a great joy. ये सब लौकिक व्यावहारिक है, हाँ? Nothing to do with spirituality. But to excel in spirituality, same things we have to do, but not with laukika goal, not laukika benefits. लौकिक फलाशक्ति को छोड़कर यही चीजें हमें आध्यात्मिकता में भी करना पड़ता है. The difference in spirituality and worldliness is doing the same thing, but the difference is in the world we expect something from the world. In spirituality we expect the inner purification. We expect the Lord's grace. We expect more qualification to go near the truth. Same things we do in the world, like you love your wife or children. Or, why do you do in the world? To receive, get back it. In spirituality, you do that to become purified in your heart. That's the thing. So, na samrambhena arabhate trivargam. Okay, first one is what? The one who is not starting his dharma artha kama, earning as well as indulging in them, who is not starting them with samrambhana. Samrambhana means with anguishness, with anger, with frustration. Na samrambhena arabhate trivargam. This is one. Second one is what? Akaritah shamsati tattvameva. When somebody calls and asks him something, he will not be sold out to anything. He will speak only the tattva. तो धर्मार्थ काम को अर्न करना या इंडल्ज करना वो गुस्से से, रेस्टलेसनेस से, फ्रस्ट्रेशन से नहीं करना, because you will not enjoy it and you will not get it sufficiently. So maintain a calm and peaceful mind. Dharmartha kama, like the kama vastus are given to you. There is nothing to be samramana of the excitement in that. If it is required, you take. If not, you just leave it. Then people observe you. Like you, somebody came to look your daughter for marriage. हाँ होता है ना साउथ इंडिया में. Then लड़का, if he is only indulging in whatever the sweets you give, you will decide. ये तो बहुत glutton है रे बाबा. He need not. It take 2 or 3 and all. It should become a habit to him. Not that a लोग बुरा मानते करके, वो एक है ही. लोग बुरा मानते is the first step to avoid bad and to take up the good things. But later on, it should become natural. Like today it has become natural. लोग कुछ माने या ना माने, मैं तो बुरा ही रहूंगा. I will follow whatever I decide, whether others feel bad about it or suffer it or not. People have lost this sensitivity. Very, very, very powerful thought what I am sharing now. People have become so self-centered. To take any decision, they're not hesitating, not even thinking how it affects the other people's emotions or life. नो बड़ी इतना खुदगर्ज हो गया दुनिया ना, डर लगता है मेरे को तो. सो टू द अर्थ, Lot of wealth is given or profits have come. There need not be any excitement, sambrambhanam for that. Or even if you don't get, don't become angry too much. So too while doing your own duties. No need to have any sambrambhana. जो करना है करो बस शांत रहो. This is the first thing. Maintain sambrambhana rahita, excitementlessness in your involvements in dharma, artha, kama. Why? Because you may do mistakes if there is sambrambhana, or your such thought or behavior creates the doubt, suspicion in the people who are looking at, on the onlookers, which will lead to different decisions later on. बहुत केयरफुल रहना है इस दुनिया में, बताऊं बिहेवियर में. पीपल आर नॉट ऑब्जर्विंग देमसेल्व्स बट दे आर ऑब्जर्विंग एवरीबॉडी एंड दे फाइंड फॉल्ट विथ एवरीवन. एक पेक्युलर दुनिया का भी हम डिस्कस करेंगे 2-4 घंटे. व्हाट एग्जैक्टली हैपनिंग इन द वर्ल्ड, इन द पीपल, इन देयर माइंड्स, इन देयर बिहेवियर. उसका आप सिनेमा निकालो ना, मजा आता है उस सबका. सो न संरंभेण आरभते त्रिवर्गम. फर्स्ट वन. सेकंड, आकारितः शंसति तत्वमेव. Means only if somebody calls and asks, he will tell. When he tells, he will tell only the truth, not tale carrying, not manipulating. Whether it is about himself or anybody else. और उसमें भी जितना सत्य प्रूव्ड जानते हो वही कहना. If there is any doubt, don't give suggestion. Whenever you have doubt, say I don't know. That is safer than saying I don't know but I think. The I think wala, when you stop it, no, I think we improve. Second one is this one. Ki akarita shamsati tattvam. Third one what? Na mitra arthe rochayate vivadam. Means what? He doesn't fall into such type of arguments with which the mitrata is destroyed. Mitrartham vivadam na rochayate. He does not involve in unnecessary arguments which leads to the destruction of the mitrata. Because mitra is a great gift we give to each other. If that fellow is too bad, then with proper talking, you say, Veda, you are not okay for me. I am getting apart from you. You just be. This is a healthy solution. Other than that, for small little issues, we cannot make it a big one, make him a fighter and then break that friendship. It's sensitive. ये हर दिन होता है आप अपने घर में. Like wife and husband, their friendship is so great. Bharya mitram. Bharya is a friend to husband. She knows husband. Then she will not do such type of talk where the friendship is broken. He also knows, but he just tells like this, that. हम समझ रहे हैं? So मित्रार्थम न रोचयते vivadam. So never enter into vivada at the cost of mitrata. Sometimes it happens and we never realize it. Then only after the friend has left you and gone, then you think tab tak late ho chuka hai. Very sensitive. Then these are applicable to everyone like me. How many times I might have said something which is not liked by you, therefore you are leaving me and going. These I am learning after so many experiences. पता नहीं कितने जन्म लगेंगे कुछ चीज सीखने को. I stick only to a class, subject बताओ, सब छोड़ दिया. तो सुने वाले सुने, नहीं सुने. But the some of the things, if you don't like, it will become amitra only to me. Anywhere it happens. That's why, as I said you yesterday, today also, to manage mind and life is more difficult than being spiritual. Spiritual बहुत easy है, सब छोड़ दिया, पकड़ ले, ध्यान कर ली. It is easy. More tough is this one. इसलिए लोग फ्रस्ट्रेट होकर सब छोड़कर स्पिरिचुअलिटी में जाते हैं अल्टीमेटली. That's the ultimate solution. Because it's Maha Maya. By the time I change myself, 10 years effort and tune to you, you suddenly change the other way around. Hurry! And you don't give even reason also to me. But I say, क्यों हो गए? Why have you changed yourself? I say, and you are honest also that way. It's not that you are doing something deliberate. Deliberately करने का अकल कहाँ है? I know that. But you're not a Russia president that you will deliberately attack Ukraine. That much दम कहाँ है? We are बच्चे लोग अपन. But it just happens. Even you don't know that. Then I get frustrated. I changed for you for 10 साल. She says, कोई बात नहीं और 10 साल लगाना फिर से चेंज होना. By the time you change again. So, mitrarte na rochete vivadam. Don't bring such topics where the mitrata is broken. It is too bitter and unfortunate one. Once or twice try to tell, not a vivada rupa. Nahi hua to just leave him and go. That's all. Third one is na apujitaha kupyati cha. When he is not respected, he doesn't become angry. See, each one I am telling only one or two sentences, but these topics are to be discussed deeply, elaborately. These are the ones, such as psychological treatments. Our Vidurji is giving the knowledge of Vidura Neethi is equivalent to and perhaps 100 times more than all the psychology doctors in the entire world put together. जो काउंसलिंग करने वाले सब होते हैं ना थेरेपिस्ट, वो सब को भी मिलाकर जितना ज्ञान है उससे ज्यादा ये दे रहे हो. एवरी साइकोलॉजी ऑफ द एवरी ईस्टर्न वेस्टर्न इंडियन सब मिलकर जितना है इसमें है. इफ यू कैन थिंक दैट वे, दैट्स व्हाट इज देयर. आई एम नॉट एक्सप्लेनिंग ऑल दैट. इतना इतना थोड़ा थोड़ा देख रहे ना. अपूजितः कुप्यति च, द वन हु इज नॉट बिकम एंग्री बिकॉज दो इज डिजर्विंग रेस्पेक्ट, अदर्स नॉट गिविंग. Because that time the people may be in different mood. Somebody influenced them, or they got that Shraddha broken in you, so they don't do any puja to you. कोई बंदा हमेशा क्यों प्यार ऐसे इमेजिन ही नहीं करना. I am touching little spirituality also so that the thought becomes complete. He is talking more of Vyavahara, but we are adding it to spirituality. Little spirituality. Why should anybody do puja to you? Everybody में हो ही भगवान है. In fact, you should do puja because you are seeing Bhagwan. Everywhere God is there. It is whose knowledge? My knowledge. So I should become your pujari. I think I must do your puja. आप में एक एक अष्टोत्तर लिखना पड़ेगा मुझे. Apujita na kuppyate. And last one, amudha, who is not in a confused state of mind. Then sa yobhya suyati anukampate cha. And then next one, who is the one? Sa yo abhya suyati anukampate cha. The one who is not finding fault with others. So then shows the anukampa when others do mistake. Then na durbalaha pratibhavyam karoti means the one who is weak, the other fellow, he will not fight with him, and himself becoming weak doesn't fight with others. Then na atyaha kinchit, the one who doesn't talk beyond limits. Then kshamate vivadam, the one who finds all the means only to sublimate the vivada. Such person is the one who will slowly in time, when he makes all these other habits, starts being valued or respected by the world. First point is what? Na samrambhena arabate trivargam. The one who is not starting with anger or excitement, the dharmartha kama. Second, akaritah shamsati and tattvameva. He speaks only when invited, and that also to the point answer he gives of the truth. झूठ भी नहीं बोलेगा, मैनिपुलेट भी नहीं करेगा. Third one is what? Na mitrarthe rochete vivadam. Sustaining mitrata, he gives importance. He doesn't involve in any of the vivada. Fourth one, if he is not respected, he will not become angry. Sixth one is not in a confused state of not knowing anything. A mood hai wo, mood nahi hai. Then na yobhya suyati, not finding fault with others. Anukampate cha, shows as much as possible the anukampa, the compassion. Then na durbalaha pratibhavyam karoti. When he knows that he is durbala, he doesn't show that he is pratibhavan. And if others are durbala, he tries to help to become stronger, not he overpowers that person. This one. Then na atyaha kinchito, the one who doesn't speak beyond required. Very important quality. Each one requires a lot of explanation. Finally, kshamate vivadam has the capacity to, withdraw or control himself. Capacity to control himself, not to fall into the vivada. It's so easy to fall into argumentation. उसके लिए अलग क्षमा होना चाहिए. एंड यू एंड आई बीइंग स्पिरिचुअल, ये सारे विवाद वाद सबसे बाहर आना चाहिए. Okay. If it is legal, take legal action, but don't enter into vivad. You sit with your brother, sister, you are taking my property. Tell them. Not listening, चलो कोर्ट में करो, बट ज्यादा लड़ाई मत करो, खत्म नहीं होता हो. Let the court decide. That's it. But you have to forego something if they don't like it. What they don't like, they are greedy. I'm taking only my own money. Never with your self-respect, you can also say bye bye. Because in so many houses, this is what regularly happening. एक भाई होता है ग्रीडी होता है, ही वांट्स टू कब्जा करो पैसे का. But the other fellow is instigated by the wife, though he doesn't need, let us take our own money. Then he has no himmat to talk to the brother. Once he talks, he says, क्या जरूरत है तुमको, नहीं दूंगा. Then he puts the case. So many it's happening in the world. You all know all that. Do something legally. Do spiritually. नहीं तो out of compassion से कौन है मेरे भाई है ना, खाने दो उसको, मेरे को जो है जरूरत है, ठीक है. But he is bad, he is greedy and all. Protect your mind. That's it. हिम्मत है, दम है तो सॉल्व करो. नहीं हुआ तो चुप बैठो, बट लड़ो मत, टेंशन मत लेना जीवन में. दिस विवाद आर सो मेनी वी लिसन एवरी डे. And people nowadays come as our prarabdha with so much of crookedness and intelligence that they find all our weaknesses. They try to encash them. You are little emotional, mano. Your bahu and all of them will encash it so much. देखते देखते आपको पता ही नहीं चलता है कि you have become their slave now. सर आपको हिलाना ही पड़ेगा मुंडी. But that time we were not wise and we were never bad. Because remember, not being wise is not being bad. हर बंदा जो इग्नोरेंट है वो बैड नहीं होता, बट इग्नोरेंस इज बैड एनीवे. Therefore, being good is not sufficient. Being intelligent is important. Intelligent, smart, along with goodness, so that our goodness is not misused by others. Is it not? Good, but at the same time aggressively good, so that this goodness is not misused by others. It requires intelligence. फिर यो नोद्धतं कुरुते जातवेषं न पौरुषेणाभिविकथतेऽन्यान् न मूर्छितः कटुकान्याः किञ्चितो प्रियं सदा तं कुरुते जनो हि. The beautiful thing. Tomorrow we'll see. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashi. Hello Baba. Dhanyavad. Om. I can see Anulalama coming